Bob.
The Caribbean.
Tom.
Palma, Majorca.
Alex.
Littlehampton.
So, our nominations for ghastliest holiday destination are the Caribbean, Palma, Majorca, and Littlehampton. Bob, why the Caribbean? Are you racist?
No, it's nothing to do with the indigenous population. My problem is I've been there 5 times and it's rained every single day that I've been there. And most other people that I've spoken to have said it's just rained all the time. And if it's not raining, it's so windy that you have to stay inside. And for that reason, I think it's the worst holiday destination you can go to.
I think that's a very good argument.
I don't know where the conspiracy is. I even look on my weather forecast when I'm in the Caribbean and it says it's sunny. It isn't, it's rain. It rains all the time.
Well, hang on a minute. Why did you go 5 times? Did you not realise after, like, twice?
Because you just think you're unlucky until about the 5th time. Go to Centre Parks. It never rains there.
Fair enough. Have either of you been to the Caribbean? Shaking heads is really good on radio. No. OK, well, then we should go on to your nomination then, please, Tom. Palma, Mallorca.
Do you want me to tell you why?
Yeah, go on, do it. It'll be a laugh.
Well, I was on a film, and there I am, done up like a...
Oh, yeah, you do acting, don't you? Yeah, I've seen you. It's good.
I was up on a black horse, all blacked up. I was playing a black man.
You were you?
Yeah, I was.
What, back when you could do that?
We just didn't think about it, really. The money was terrific. And so, I would have done any colour they wanted to. Anyway, I'll tell you about Majorca. I was sitting up on this horse, looking like something out of the Arabian Nights. We were just ready to go, and suddenly, in the distance, I heard somebody singing. It sounded like one person and then a whole choir. And coming through the bloody woods, just as they turned the camera over, came these 40 women at 10 o'clock in the morning singing the Okey Cokey. Yeah. And so we had to wait about 2 hours while these women sobered up. And that was my recurring memory of a beautiful place ruined by people on rum and coke at 8 o'clock in the morning. Who's next?
Alex, your ghastliest holiday destination is Littlehampton.
This is true. It goes back to a planning inquiry.
You were a barrister, qualified barrister.
Yes. Anyway, I had to go down to Littlehampton, and I was staying in a bed and breakfast, and I arrived at sort of 7 in the evening, and I was extremely tired, so I got into bed immediately. Anyway, I went to sleep, and then I woke up, and I found little sort of beetles on the duvet, and then I looked around and saw a few up the wall and thought, that's a bit weird. Opened up the duvet, and they were crawling all over the mattress. So I sprang out of bed and thought, oh, bloody hell, what the hell's gone on? Went downstairs to explain the matter, and they confessed that someone had been living there previously with their dog, and this dog had laid some sort of eggs or...
A dog had laid an egg?
Not the dog.
I don't want to see that one.
The dog had some sort of, what would you call it?
A dog egg? I don't know, I'm confused now. I feel the goalposts are moving in this one.
The worst bit was, I went downstairs for my meal, and halfway through the meal, the cleaner came through the door with her £7.50 salary for having cleaned the room and not done it properly, and was forced to give it back to me in a sort of bizarre retribution. I felt ghastly.
Directly to you?
I've been asked to apologise for the state of the room, and I'm offering my wage as a result.
You
I didn't accept it. I said, I beg you.
You tyrant.
I felt bad.
A poor, probably immigrant cleaner
and a
sending the money home to a dying, starving family. So what? So did you have to take the money?
No, I said I can't accept it, but I thoroughly appreciate the sentiment, but I couldn't possibly accept it.
Oh, you're stupid. I'd have taken the money. Were you there on holiday?
No, it was a planning inquiry.
It was a planning inquiry. I know.
I heard him say that.
Yeah, no, I remember. Yeah. They remind me of Tom Baker and Bob Mortimer were pointing it out to me.
I remember it just before I went into that little coma there.
Yeah. Look, I have to think of a winner here. Littlehampton, Mallorca, let's be honest, chaps, at the risk of sounding like a bit of a snob, you get what you pay for. And also, frankly, neither of you were even on holiday. Tom, you were working, you were sitting astride a horse, blacked up, for your own amusement, I'd imagine. I'm not convinced there was a film being shot, but you, as far as you're concerned, you were working. Alex, you went to find an infestation. You wanted to find an infestation. Yes, I put it to you, sir, that you did want to find an infestation so you could continue to enjoy tormenting people with your planning inquiries. Whereas Bob, in good faith, you went to enjoy a holiday. 5 occasions, you idiot, to enjoy a holiday that you knew plainly wasn't going to be enjoyable, and you had your hopes crushed. So for that reason, the winner of the Lucas for ghastliest holiday destination is the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Now it's time for our final award of the evening, and to quote St Thatcher of Assisi, this award celebrates those people who, instead of bringing harmony where there is discord, do exactly the opposite. They are the singers who perform appallingly, yet still see their song become a smash. Therefore, your nominations, please, for the Lucas for worst ever vocal performance on a hit single. And the nominations are... Bob.
It's the bloke who provided the beep sound on Anita Ward's Ring My Bell.
Alex.
A Brown Girl in the Ring by Boney M.
And the Doctor.
Lee Marvin, Wandering Star.
So the nominations for worst ever vocal performance on a hit single are the man who did the beep beep noises on Anita Ward's single, Ring My Bell, Boney M's Brown Girl in the Ring, and Lee Marvin's Wandering Star. Bob, let's have a little bit of a listen to your selection.
That fellow who goes, boo!
Yeah. Bob, is that a man doing that, or isn't it?
Yes.
How do you know? Were you there?
Because I met him.
Did you meet him, really?
I met him in a church. He was calling the congregation.
How?
Well, I guess how. No, I've never met him. I believe it's a man's voice. It's probably electronic. No, I don't believe in this at all, whatsoever. I couldn't think of a terribly bad one. I mean, do you know, I don't like that business like, you know, I am your artificial lover. That robot.
What, the Stephen Hawking song? What are you talking about? That's racist against Stephen Hawking.
Or like Cher, do I believe in
with the vocoder. Yeah, the vocoder that Cher
But
has.
I'm not bothered. What's the actual category? The worst performance?
It's the worst ever vocal performance on a hit single, on something that was a
it's
hit.
Cheeky Girls, then. When I think about it... No, now I think about it, it's Cheeky Girls, end of.
I know it sounds really misogynist, and forgive me, but there's sort of... You wouldn't want to sleep with one of them, but you would sleep with both of them. Do you know what I mean? That's... At the same time, they were like, yeah, I'll do you as a pair. I wouldn't do it... I wouldn't go where Lembit's gone, it's got to be both. Both or nothing. Lembit is the politician, probably best known to the public for going out with a cheeky at one point. And also he was on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Have you ever been asked to go on that, Tom?
Yes, I have.
Would you consider it?
Well, I did consider it because they offered me an enormous amount of money.
Yeah. So what deterred you from going on the show?
My wife wouldn't let me.
Really?
Yeah.
Would she have let you if she wasn't as rich?
No, if she'd been poor, of course, she would have let me.
Yeah. Your standards do change, don't they? Tom?
Yep.
Now, we've had a lovely day, but I know I'm going to be in trouble if I don't ask you. Why, Tom, you have chosen Lee Marvin singing Wandering Star?
When I heard him sing that silly song, I suddenly thought, you know, this is better than singing. There are 10 million men who can sing this song. Whereas Lee Marvin... The build-up is wonderful.
You like it? Let's have a listen to it, yeah.
Wheels are made for rolling, mules are made to pack. I've never seen a sight that didn't look better looking back.
I was born under a wandering star.
I thought this was the worst ever vocal performance.
Yes,
and
it
you're
is.
saying this is the greatest.
I'm saying it was considered by some people to be the worst. Listen, this is not a planning meeting.
Alex is challenging you there. Alex, let's hear what your worst ever vocal performance on a hit single. Let's hear a little bit of this. I don't think that's a terrible vocal performance, is it?
I think I have a very strong case, which is the fact that this appeared in a film which some of you may well know. But it's a film called Touching the Void, which is about two men who go on a mountaineering expedition, and they're tied to each other, and one of them effectively slips. The man actually lands on a precipice and makes his way back to base camp. But as he's going across the sort of vast white plains of snow with this broken leg and all the problems that have befallen him, it is that song that is going round in his mind, Brown Girl in the Ring, la 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 la. What it does is it demonstrates that in his worst moments, this is all that can be brought up. So I think that proves it has got to be the worst vocal on a hit single.
Oh, I see. We've looked at the word worst here, haven't we?
As he was dying, basically.
This is the song that went through his head.
This is the song.
What song do you think will go through your head when you're dying?
I have no idea.
Congratulations. No, I don't know. I'm trying to think. What would you like to hear as you go, Tom?
I'd like to hear a thunderous round of applause.
That would be good. So what's the worst ever vocal performance? Lee Marvin's is beautiful. Boney M, I don't think... I've seen what you've done there.
Yeah.
You've been very intelligent. Oh. I think you've been too intelligent. Oh. So I think we're going to have to go for the cheeky girls.
Of course.
Congratulations. Well, with the awards nearly finished, it's time to swiftly award the Lucas of Lucases. Our special prize that this week goes to the politest guest. Tom, you're looking very keen.
Well, I thought it was me.
You thought it was you?
Yeah, I thought...
Would you like to win it? Ask politely to win it.
I'd so like to win it.
Well, I think you've just presented a very good case to win. I think the Lucas for the politest guest goes to Sir Tom Baker. Yes, and many congratulations. Is there anything you'd like to say?
Can I have it now?
Yeah, where are you going to put it?
I'm going to put it actually right next to that picture of my Flatiron Rowenta.
Very nice. Well, congratulations. Thanks once more to my guests Tom Baker, Alex McQueen and Bob Mortimer. Do join me again next time when we'll finally find out who will win the coveted Lucas for holiest member of the Trinity. Will it be God, Son or Holy Ghost? Goodbye. And the winner was presented by me, Professor Matt Lucas. The guests were Tom Baker, Alexander McQueen and Bob Mortimer. The programme associates were Bill Matthews and Jed Parsons, and it was devised by Ashley Blaker and Bill Matthews. And I sort of helped out. In fact, I'm probably being a bit overgenerous. This show would be nothing without me. And the winner was produced by Ashley Blaker.